I
Okay, thank you, sir. So we'll share the screen. So I just use the share screen because I don't think everyone have Trello yet. Okay, I just want to double check. Did you see my share screen? Debbie, Helen, and Celine?
Yes, yes.
Jing?
I don't see it. Oh, now I see it. Okay, now it's up.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So actually, here the structure of the meeting of the Scrum. So we have the general. In the general, there is like a structure mission. There's a chapter meeting management, and then the second one is chapter mission, and then the third one is the SLA. This is the service level agreement that we have across a chapter. So this is how we deliver the service to the other chapter. And then there are also primary initiative. This is the primary initiative that we have to support the KPI. And then the new ideas and information. And this is the reinvent the wheel. This is like there's a project that seem like we do before. And then this is like a some name here in community member that have a project in each person. So this is from Andre first. So I will see. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is a project. This is the task actually from Andre, like fixing all Jogja MOU. And I saw there's update 3 hours ago. Andre said additional update of Pendopo 26. I have discussed and negotiate with Pak Imam from Pendopo 26, and he willing to go with us. That's great. And then the constraint are he wants to work with this as a trial session, and then Bukit Vista still have a chance to sell the room, but without contract up till December 2020 to see the progress of our marketing. My opinion is sorry, Andre opinion is still take this chance because Pendopo 26 is the only villa in private Keraton Jogja with pool and good maintenance. And then we will sell the whole villa due to COVID with the price published on Airbnb per room is 330K. And then Pak Imam will also sell by themselves on Traveloka with only 300K. So Andre need community comment here now. Here, how can we take this action of this situation? From my side, I will remain try to work step aside from the reason above and prove Pak Imam our performance. Okay, so this is the case actually. There is a partner that want to end the contract, but he want to continue again, but there are some what's called some agreement that they offer as well. On this case, I see here the owner doesn't want to have the contract until December, so it's like the trial. It's like a try us as first. And then on my side, I saw here also the owner want to sell by self, and then we also sell on ourselves. So actually, for my side, if the owner want to like this, this is actually a challenge for us. So the owner is like a test us, but for me is I would like to actually accept and then try this, and then we can prove our work here, so we can let the owner see of our work. But the what's called the friction if the owner want to use our calendar or not. So because if they also online in Traveloka, if there is a guest, they also need to update it on the Toket as well, like that. Maybe from VD, what do you think from the BI? VD, are you mute? VD?
Me? Oh, okay. Yep. Thank you, Katani. Actually, I've been notified about this one by Andre, and I had some discussion. There are some complications in this if we accept this. One is that because the partner actually this partner actually sells at a different OTA in a lower price, right? So while we are forced to price it at a higher price than the partner, then perhaps other partners will uh, follow this leaks out, basically.
Mm, I see. So this is so if we alert one partner like this, it might be they also tell the other partner it's not good for us as well, right? About the like we break our rule, right? Like this, if we take
Yep,
it.
yep, yep. We're breaking our own rules, something like an
Okay.
exception. Yep.
Yeah, like exception. Okay, I think this is not good as well. If from your what you said, like for the community as well, it might be like what's it called uh there is some a bad situation if this owner tell the other owner as well, right? So that might be the other owner also try to open on their own OTA. Okay, yeah, I think we need to comment here to Andre. So let's uh, put first, yeah. So from PD, do you think we want to go ahead? We take it or not?
We know that we have temporary partners, right?
Yeah,
From so this is not an official partner like the
not
project that
exclusive.
Mokwayan's yeah, not exclusive, not the non-exclusive one, but it's actually a project done by Mokwayan to
Mhm.
collect properties outside of our partner and sell it. So that this could be the loophole. So the loophole to the rule. So not
Okay.
non-partner, but we're selling his property if available. But usually it's
Mm.
for only for direct, not through OTA.
Oh, so we're not open on the Airbnb, do you mean?
Uh, like the case with Villa Chapung, right, sir? What was
Mm.
it? Like how did it go? Because it's not a partner, right? It's non-partner.
Yeah.
It could be the loophole to our own rule.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, in Chapung's case, it's just a case by case deal. And if we bring a deal, we bring a deal. That's it, right? So it's not essentially tied in. This one
Yep, yep.
for I think Vidi, that's probably the best avenue for it. I if it was from my perspective, I think here's what I see so far. Tell me if you guys see the same thing. I see that Andre is good. Okay. I think this was. I want to say that this is in the very beginning. Be the hero because I think he's going to get a partnership back, right? And that is something that I think we should all do. We should all pioneer that idea. Like if a partnership goes away, let's try to find a way to get it back. But where I think maybe Andre got stuck was this idea of letting the partner come up with this idea of running his own OTA. So if the partner is running his OTA, he's not really buying our service. He's just using us as an agent in this particular
Mm.
case. So he's not like he really believes in Bukit Vista or the whole thing. He's just like, okay, um, if you bring us something good, if not, then whatever, right? So we really don't have partner commitment in this particular thing. We don't have the basis really to transform the partner or inspire delight in that case, right? For guests alike. So I think we need to be cautious about this type of arrangement. Now, as Vinny said, there is kind of a loophole right now, which are temporary partnerships, which is, I guess, something where, I mean, when we ask about it, does it inspire delight? Does it support the mission? I said, I guess the temporary partnerships is a way sort of to bucket things that are necessary for our survival, but don't really help us thrive. So, if that's the case, then I think that's the best place to put it. But that, I think, at best is a middle answer, right? Not necessarily the highest answer. The highest answer would be to understand why is it that he thinks he wants to do this himself, right? And the highest answer can come if we become skilled negotiators. I'll bring up a case of Villa Visca today, which I left yesterday in the revenue management to talk with Villa Visca, and we were able to kind of negotiate something out. And negotiations can kind of be phasey, but the end result needs to be crisp and clear. So what I'm looking for is we don't have enough information to know why yet. And this goes back to what I've been teaching the interns. That when we do a negotiation persuasion, we need to understand the client. We need to understand why they think that this is a better way, which we currently don't get 100% clear picture on. So, okay, I'll bring it up in discussion management today, though.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, I think I will talk with Andre first. Maybe Andre know why the owner want to open by their own of Traveloka. Then, so I will we'll have discussion with Andre. Okay, thank you. The next is CSC Onusa Penida. Let me see. There's a new certified CSC. There's a Putri Nusa from Andre. Okay, maybe I will just put the comment like actually this is just about the activity, right? One by one, like every day. But I want to know like how is close this project with the goal, like how many percent something. Okay, the next, I think there's an update, and then from my side, this is actually the new pivot from the CMA.6. This is CMA.6.1. So Facebook group as a channel for partner communication channel. So here I had make a new background here. So the first project to get which channel that partner want to use as a group communication is done, and the result is 50% partner want to use the Facebook as a group channel, and then community will create FB group and invite the partner to join on the group. And then intended result that I want to have is actually the FB group itself, and then post to content there, and then want to see what the response of the partner, and then invite 20 partner to the group as MVP. And then the key performance that I want to see is the number of partner join the FB group, and then number of content posts a week. And then also I had actually make the Facebook group here, and then I asked Om Rafiq to invite 10 partner that not in CSC yet, and then 10 partner that already certified in CSC. So I would like to post the what's called the CSC, our CSC program. Then I want to see what is the what's called the response of the partner that not in the CSC yet, if they trigger it or not, like that. Yes, Jing, you have any comment?
Yes, CSC can be now actually pivoted to the Airbnb cleaning program. So Airbnb already has a cleaning program that they are offering to
Yeah.
all the hosts. I think what we can do now is we can take that and we can essentially bring it to our partners. What do you think about that, Tendi?
Uh, I need to know more about that. What material and everything that, and then is there any assessment from Airbnb to get that and everything?
Mhm.
Then I will thinking, and then maybe if there's more good than CSC, then we can use that as a post to get the property is what's called, because one of the our KPI is the cleanliness standard, right? So actually it's same like the CSC and then the Airbnb, and then but the result, the end goal is the cleanliness standard itself, like that.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I will have a look first about that, sir, for the what's called the Airbnb cleanliness. Okay, so may I know where I can find that information, sir? Is it you have any link or just find on the Airbnb,
I believe it's in the profiles now.
the
So
profile?
yeah,
Okay.
if you open the profiles, there should be a update that talks about this new program that Airbnb is releasing. I put it on one of our discussion topics to have today too as well.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir, for the update. And then the next one is, oh yeah, actually, Frida just noticed me today that she not in the internet again. So for this the project for the bigger training, I might be to delegate another person for the training. So I will choose first, but I need to know the bandwidth of the intern that we have currently, like that. So, but actually, yeah, Frida bring around seven partner that is being trained. So I said thank you as well to her, and then yeah, I need to choose the under person for the delegation. Thank you. And then next is Rafiq Jing. I think there's no what's called no update. And then oh yeah, I would like to bring one more actually on this card. So this is the SLA that community have, and then here I put here, this is like in the description how to achieve this KPI actually, like so in community we can break down, and then this is also for easier to delegation. If there is someone want to take over of this KPI responsible, like the first what is the cleaning standard of the property, and then the second one is why we need to train the cleanliness, and then when we train the cleanliness standard to the on-site team, and then who will train, and then how to train the on-site team for the cleanliness, and then how to monitor the cleanliness. So actually for this breakdown, I will what's called discuss with the community, actually with Andre and Rafik as well. So if we have that breakdown, that's very easy for a new person to understand, like why we have this KPI, and then how actually we achieve this KPI, like that. So it's more easier. And then I also put the all as well, like reduce booking, how to train and everything. So that will be easier. And then this is also there's a person that responsible for this KPI, like that. Okay, is there any question so far on the Scrum on the project? Maybe from Gaby, do you have any question, or did you understand it so far?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, Eileen,
Yeah, me too. I understand.
okay, Shelin,
No, no problem with me.
okay, no problem. Okay, okay, then so I will move to the discussion management. So after the what's called discussion about the project, usually we move to the discussion management, that we discuss about something more bigger, and then like everyone can give the suggestion or their opinion. Okay, let me see. I would like to prioritize two topic today. The first, I think, this is from Jing, about the Filawiska, and then the second one is, oh yeah, maybe I will just ask Vidi. This is for your information, or just any discussion on this?
So I just want to showcase to the community team
Oh,
the result of the partner persona or the partner profile. Uh, do you want to go ahead with this topic first, Mr. Chair?
okay. Yes. So I think today I will take these three because this is only show, right? And then we can discuss on this two topic. Okay, thank you.
Quick question.
Jing, yes.
Vidi, were you coming today as a guest or?
A product development, actually.
Oh,
Oh, I
sorry.
see.
Okay,
No
we
worry,
Okay,
no worry. All
Vidi.
good, all good.
okay. I thought
Okay,
you
then
were.
Vidi.
Okay, then Vidi should have gone first. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah. So, could you please show Vidi? I
Okay,
will
okay.
just
Thank you
open it.
very much, community team. If I may share my screen, Mr. Chair.
Oh, sure, sure.
Right. So here we can see in the dev.bukitvista.com, which is the staging server before launching it to the production. The product development team have implemented so now a feature to create the owner's persona. For example, if you open Villa Olala, for example, let's try to apply the filter, and then we look at the stuff. Now we can actually click on each associated profile or stuff, and then add the persona information as well as other contact information here. And also, we have also taken notice that we would also like to add the note section. Apparently, it's still under development from the engineer. And there are also some settings, but it's actually basically it's accessible from here.
Excellent.
The other thing that we are trying to still create is the basically property feed, basically every information regarding property will be available in below the details here, but it's also still under development, and perhaps, if I'm not mistaken, the deadline is around 2 weeks. So this is still in the development server, and it will if community could like look over it and give short comments, I will provide the link to the card in product development. If there are no comments, we will launch this to the production server. And we don't have the information first, and still we will need the help of product development team community to like evaluate the partner for documentation. That's that.
Okay, thank you, Vidi. Okay, I think this is if I'm not wrong, this is like the owner or the staff profile, right? Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
that indeed
So
correct.
okay, so actually, I might be put something that actually we want to know as a community, like we want to document. So if there's any new member, they will easier to understand what kind of
Yes,
dishonor
correct.
that. Okay, okay. Just need please put the what's the channel that okay. So you already put the Trello, yeah, for the comment. Okay, thank you, Vidi.
Yes, yes.
Okay, is there anything else that you want to show?
No, actually only that, and I will come next time after the other features from the PRM is already launched.
Okay, thank you, Vidi. Okay, then next, this is, let me share my screen again. I would like to bring a topic from Jing. This is about the Villa Wisca. The opportunity need to get them bookings, and then the risk is they feel too tight to one channel. Okay, Mr. Jing, could you explain more?
Sure, I'd love to. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vidi, for also the product demo. When do you want the feedback from, and how many people about the product demo, Vidi? When do you want the feedback, and how many people's feedback do you need?
Um, we have 3 people from product development from community, right? Perhaps by Monday it will be good, because the
Okay,
next product development sync up will be on Monday. But if it's before Monday, then we could do things asynchronously.
okay, sounds good. Let's announce it Tendi on the Slack, and I think Andre and Rafik will be back tomorrow, right? So we can
Right.
get this back in.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys do not have any credentials for dev.bukitvista.com. It's supposed to exist using your very own account for the production server, but let me know if you have any difficulty in access.
Okay, sounds good. I have difficulty accessing. I just tried it, and for some reason I might need to log in first. But okay, I'll have a sub discussion with you. All right, on Villa Wisca, this is an interesting discussion. So Olivia from Villa Wisca called us yesterday. She had a concern about whether or not. Well, basically, she had a request. She requested that Bukit Vista take, instead of a 20% commission, a 10% commission. And so we had essentially a negotiation session about that. Basically, she first told me that she wanted this, and I told her that we were not able to do it. And basically, the negotiation structure went kind of like this. I understood negotiation is actually a pretty interesting process. It should not be like sort of like a one win, the other side loses type of thing, but where there's essentially a win-win solution. So she approached with a concern, and her concerns were valid. And she said basically like they're losing a lot of money on this investment because they originally leased it out, thinking that they could rent it out again for a profit, but due to COVID, it's been extremely unprofitable. And so what they're trying to do is their lease is ending in a few months, but they haven't seen any sort of money come out of this lease. So then what they're also looking at the same time is two things. So I asked them more about what was happening. They told me that essentially they're trying to work two sides. They're trying to work on our side and get our commission down, but they're also trying to extend their lease with the owner so that the owner will eventually agree to extend their lease and they have a bit more time. So during the negotiation, I held fast to the business point that we do not lower our commissions. And that I think is a fundamental position we need to uphold, because if we lower our commissions by themselves, I would say for the most part should not be negotiated to be any lower. The reason why is that if you actually look at it, the time that we spend each deal, the amount of resources we spend on each deal is far greater now for every booking that we put into Villa Wisca. So basically, um, we're at a loss in order to, let's say, provide service. In order to provide a booking, we probably have to put in twice or three times as much effort than before. So then she said, well, if you can't do it, then I'll have to probably do it myself. But I also investigated, or I didn't investigate, just in the sort of the beginning, we talked about where she works. She's working at Facebook. And I thought, considering the number of hours that you would have to put into it to get the booking, do you really think that that would be a good use of your time, considering you have, you're working in Singapore at Facebook? And so basically, what eventually we worked out was that the costs per hour of actually getting the deal done was very, very affordable compared to if she could actually get it done. So let's say, for example, it gets 10 hours to get a $200 deal in the door. Then for that commission of, let's say, $40, it just works out to be about $4 an hour, which is quite affordable and quite cheap. If she were to do it herself, or if she were to find somebody else to do it, it would cost much more. So based on that principle alone, I was able to kind of like use that particular piece of data to persuade Olivia that we should not lower our commission. That being said, it doesn't ultimately solve the problem. So her problem wasn't about the commission. Her problem was about, are we actually bringing enough bookings to her property? And for that matter, I said, okay, so what do you think about that? She did mention that in a few months that she had to bring in her own bookings to the villa, and she wasn't necessarily confident that having it only be distributed by Bukit Vista was in fact wise. So I then had to say, that's actually a good point. Are we actually hustling to get you bookings, and is this actually working out? So then that brings me to kind of an interesting sort of focal point now about maybe our company in general, but maybe let's say specifically in what this chapter can do or what HAR can do. Are we actually hustling enough to really think and really dig deeply how to get bookings into the properties? I mean, if we look at the numbers, it doesn't look like it at the moment because, our conversion rates are really low. Our instant book rate is also fairly low too. It's dropping. So perhaps this could be a good wake-up call from the owner to us to say, really, are we maybe thriving? Depends on survival right now. Maybe survive should be the main focus. If we focus on, let's say, strategies to survive for ourselves and our partners, I think that is the basis of Thrive Technique. So anyway, that was the summary of this negotiation that we had with Villa Wisca, that I had with Villa Wisca. The takeaway from it was, one, I think you should never back down on the value that you provide. And you should have a kind of a clear picture of the relative value. So I was able to determine that in this discussion by breaking it down into what is the total number of hours worked on a particular deal? What is the payment that we get for that particular work divided by the hours? And could the owner actually do it for cheaper? Once I did that, I was able to use the data to prove that we still are very, very much affordable, and we're working much, much less than what she would expect to pay anybody anywhere else. So that part is using data instead of assuming. But the second part is, I think, we have to be the hero too, in a particular case, and not necessarily, if somebody will negotiate us down on our commission, then how do we expect to negotiate a client or a guest up to pay for the property? You got to kind of think about the paradox there, right? So if you can't negotiate your own livelihood, how are you supposed to negotiate for somebody else, right? So that might be something that is also kind of like a good key question before you cave into, let's say, a demand. Just look at the integrity of whether that question actually makes any sense. And then the third thing is get down to the root causes of what is actually straining the relationship. What is the root cause? And people generally don't tell you what the real thing that bothers them is right away. generally they want to be polite or they want to avoid conflict or whatever. So they'll tell you kind of like a simple answer, right? They'll tell you an answer that will just sort of, like make it easy. But that's why we negotiate. We're trying to figure out what is the root cause. So ultimately, I was able to figure out what the root cause, let's say in Olivia's case, was for why she wanted to lower our commission rates. So what I'm saying this is hopefully to give at least some maybe some inspiration, but maybe also some guidance to how to negotiate with owners. And that negotiation, I think, is one of the most vital processes that people who work in community can do. Okay, I'll turn it back to the floor. Back to you, Teddy.
Okay, thank you, sir, for bringing this up. Yes, actually, this is like I know like Olivia invested because she ran the villa and then rent it again, and then she expect like a profit from the beginning because there's previously is not COVID, and then she have actually the good profit from that, and then the occupancy it was like very good, like maybe above to 90%, but currently due to COVID, and then uh, sometimes because the budget of the guest as well very low, but and then she also need to thinking about that, and then what we need to do is actually what's called to get more conversion if there is any what's called any inquiry that come to this villa,
Mhm.
and then how actually we give them the booking as well.
I agree. I think,
Okay, and then
oh,
from the risk, yeah,
Teddy, if I may
from
continue,
yes, sir.
I think that this is actually an opportunity to pursue
Uh,
our mission.
yeah,
So our mission is to create hospitality
yes,
innovations or our mission is to inspire delight through hospitality innovations that positively transform, in this particular case, let's say a partner. So I think it gives us, let's say, the correct push now, right? Um, how can we inspire this owner to be happy with our service? How can we make them like, yeah, Bukit Vista is actually worth what we're paying you to to bring business to our property. And I think we need to create some sort of, it could be an innovation or a leadership issue, right? If we were able to get, let's say, a higher percentage of the inquiries converted, if we're able to find a way to bring in more inquiries, then there is perhaps a way to sell this product, which is a proven product. It does actually get bookings. But I think without thinking or purposing on the mission, then it could be an opportunity that is turns into a risk, and the risk, of course, is that they just go whatever. Okay, we'll do it ourselves at this point. So this kind of like the last thing with Chris Cabanes is a very good wake up call to really step up, right? Like how do we actually step up, and how do we answer to this type of challenge? Um, and that's what I'd like to bring forward to this discussion. How do we step up? Back to the chair.
okay, thank you, sir. Okay, yes, like the question that you said, like how we step up for this, it's the first, uh, of course, give it them a good pricing strategy to get inquiry and then the booking, and then the second one we need to improve the what's called the HR team itself, the HR self service, and then the third one it might be we open another channel for support the booking, because currently I think it's only on Airbnb, and then but now that's more local come, maybe we can thinking about another channel that can support the booking, and then the third one is about the community engagement itself, like always give update the owner what is the situation, like for this for example like what this month what is the situation of the market, and then how actually the market is going, and then what is the what's called the Bukit Vista program that they can follow like that.
Yes, I think that's great. Maybe we can start making those.
Okay, yeah, maybe from Rafiq. Yeah, you have any comment, Rafiq?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't there. I just went out there. Just
Yeah, I think Om Rafiq already put his
Oh,
comments in the chat section. Om
let
Tandy.
me see. Okay, from this is from Rafiq. We must give solution. Try to get local market. Traveloka Agoda. We only have one listing on Airbnb, and then okay. So this is about the improve the new channel for get the booking based on the market that what's called that exists for now, right?
Does Villa Whiska have
Okay.
CSC, by the way?
All right.
Are we doing CSC?
CSC.
Yeah, for Villa Whiska.
Uh, yes. I think Andre is already trained Lily.
already, sir.
Okay,
Already
got it.
trained the staff.
Okay, got it. And okay, Tendi, I think you have the right ideas there, right? So we need to have some sort of communication update to the community about what our plan is, because right now I think that's pretty urgent and vital. Most of the time, people are coming to us and they don't know what our plan is, right? We used to have the webinars once a month with the community engagement. We don't have webinars anymore. Um, we're working. I think we're drilling down maybe too deeply into specific partners, um, but and that's good, right? We're getting bigger fish. We're getting CSC done, but I think at the same time we also need to wonder what about the people who are not actively engaged in those programs? What are they thinking? If you notice where some of the failure points have been, let's
Yes.
say with Chris Cabanes on Lot 6 or Villa, maybe not Villa Whiska, but have they been mostly in partnerships that we're not engaging actively with, either on a finance level or on a community level?
Okay. Agree, sir.
Yeah.
For that, I think yeah, we need actually the important thing from community that we can serve or we can do is the community engagement, like give the update for the market situation and then the program and then maybe the strategy from the Bukit Vista.
Mm,
I think we can start actually if possible like as soon as possible like maybe from today or this month to because we already have the KPI, right?
right.
So we can start to do that actually for the engagement.
Excellent. Excellent. I think that's it. That's where we
Okay.
begin.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Okay then. Yeah. I think for this topic is already covered, and then the next is the Airbnb cleanliness standard. Could you give explain, sir?
Oh, yes. Okay. So I've been having the Tendi, sorry, I don't know what just happened, but I can't see you guys anymore, right? So I've lost the window for this video chat. I'm looking around. That's why I've been
Uh,
sort of like closing things down. But here it is. Just earlier I brought this up during the scrum. So I'm just talking to my computer right now. I can't see you guys. But just earlier, I brought this up during the scrum, and I think we need to have a clear direction on what to go. Right? We have CSC, which is essentially a program that Andre, me, and you developed while we were waiting for the Airbnb cleanliness program to be rolled out to Bali. So at that point, I think months ago, we already remembered that Airbnb would have such a program. And then we decided, okay, all right, what are we going to do if this program is redundant, the same as our own program? So at the time, we made a decision. We decided that we would still do our own program because that would still be the right thing to do while we waited for the Airbnb program to come out. Now that the Airbnb program has come out, I think it's once again one of those times to decide whether to merge or to go in parallel. So I'm advocating today a merge. So why don't we just bring the Airbnb program and start circulating that to our partners? It's basically the same thing. It's essentially like, do you agree to these standards? Do you agree to do this, and this? And then if you do agree, click yes. Once you click yes, then you don't need the label anymore. You don't need the badge. What will happen next is that Airbnb will start like instant book. They'll start giving you a ranking benefit to clicking that standard has been checked. Okay. Now, it's not terribly urgent at the moment because travel we expect will not be normal until, let's say, past in 2021. But I think this is actually a really good. What I'm concerned about is speed and agility. Okay, so let's ask ourselves this question, Tendi. If I was managing my own Airbnb account, how long would it take me to adopt this new feature? I'm thinking maybe at most, let's say 2 or 3 days, right? I would see it, I go, yeah, sure, I can do that. And I click it and then I'm ready to rock, right? So then my question is if we manage a few hundred properties, how long would it take us to get everybody onto this standard? And remember, the faster you are on the standard, the more likely you're going to succeed in the new normal, in the new sort of post-COVID world. So I think we need to be very decisive about where we want to go with this particular program. And so I'm advocating at this point that we roll this program out. CSC is there for training. It's there for our assessment, so we can definitely merge it together. But what's important is communication. We need to communicate that Airbnb has this program already, and we need to get this out to everybody who's not on CSC yet. And this is urgent because if they don't, let's say, start committing to this cleanliness standard, then they will start losing all the ranking that they've built over the past few years. And we need to get this clarified to any owner who is still not really engaged about this particular issue. Okay, so what my thoughts are, and I'll bring it. I'll leave it with you guys. What do you guys think?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I do agree with that, sir. So actually, we don't want there's like a double things that going, and then it will be make a confusion as well, right? And then I agree that we need to merge our CSC program to get aligned with the cleanliness standard from the Airbnb, because the result itself is it's the same, right? The cleanliness on the property, and then the good review from the guests of about the cleanliness. For the time itself, we need to converse the time budget and then the person that will help,
Okay,
so we can get the actually the what's called the whole long time actually we can it's called we can done with that
absolutely,
project.
absolutely.
Okay, so maybe I will start to count. Maybe from the total member that we have currently is three.
Mhm.
I can say like three people, and then like for the time budget itself, usually we have the owner office hour like five, like a 1 hour.
Mhm.
But if there's a unprioritized, we can double it like a 2 hour per day.
Okay.
So in a day we have 2 hour. Sorry.
But we need to invite, I think, the owners to come to the owner office hour, just like we used to invite owners to 3C. Otherwise, having the hour but not necessarily
Yeah.
engaging with the owners won't help either. My proposal is this, Tendi. Why don't we bring this up
Yeah.
as part of community tomorrow in the leadership discussion? Because
Mhm.
I think that this new program by Airbnb is very urgent. And I think as soon as we need to get all our properties over to be, let's say, on this standard so that if we don't, then we probably will start sinking in all our ranking. You can see that we're already sinking on some other things like instant book rate. So that's probably not good for our ranking. and not
Yes.
converting to COVID safe is probably also not good for our ranking. And that's pretty fundamental to everything that we do right here. So let's do this. Let's bring this up tomorrow at Leadership Guild. What I need from your side, Tendi, is to remember this topic. And actually, you can just go to the Leadership Guild and put this on the discussion paper and ask for resources, right? If you need more people, then let's get some people who are not too busy to help out with this particular task because it's very urgent. We'll go Tong Royal.
Okay. Yes, sir. I will put the topic. Gotong royong. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Because yeah, as this is the most prioritized, actually the most important as well, so we can bring it to the leadership guild. I will put the topic on the paper of the leadership. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, then yes, thank you, sir. I think we covered already three topics actually. So since we are already run off the time, then I will just choose the next what's called chairman. That's Rafiq, and then the secretaries is Andre. Okay, is there anything